All right, folks, we're going to be going over division today again, and we're going to be talking about dividing something and using a remainder when things don't fit evenly like they did in the previous video that we went over. So one reason why it's really important that you take the videos or watch the videos, solve the problem, and upload it to Google is because I'm using the information from there to pull students in for some small group work. So if I don't see your work, I won't know if you're struggling or if you understand the concept. So I will know if I should pull you in or not. So it's very important that you do that. Okay, so I'm going to show you something really quickly. 5 divided by our 22 divided by 5. Go for 3. So something here is wrong, right? So it is true that 22 divided by 5 is 3 remainder 7, but something here is wrong. And I'm going to reveal to you as we go through our process today why this is wrong and why and how we know that this is wrong. And so later on in the video, when you hear what that is, I want you to pause it and I want you to write down at the bottom of our Google assignment and put down this is what was wrong with the problem. Okay, so let's go into how to actually solve and deal with remainders. So we're gonna have, let's look back at that previous problem that we were just doing. 22 divided by 5. So we have our divisor, which is the number we divide by, goes on the outside of our symbol, and our dividend, the number that we divide and break up, goes inside our little division symbol here. So what we're going to do is, just like yesterday, we're going to look at this digit by digit. So we have 5, we have 2 here. How many groups of 5 can we fit into the number 2? How many? Let's find out. So I'm going to start counting my circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 5 is greater than 2. So there are no ways in which we can put even groups of 5 into this number 2, or break up 2 into even groups of 5. So we're going to put 0 here. 5 times 0 is 0. And now we're going to look at both of these together. The reason I go through that initial step is because later, when you're working with decimals, it's going to be very important to remember to have your zeros there and to not mess up your place values once we're dealing with decimals. So I think it's a good habit to get into to put that 0 there. Now we're looking at 22. We're looking at it as a whole. So let's go through and let's count some more circles and see if we can get to 22 exactly. If we can't get to 22 exactly, how close can we get to 22 without going over? So we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So we hit 22. We hit it. Let's go ahead and finish. 23, 24, 25. So that means that 22 is greater than 20 but less than 25. So that means we can't use groups of 5 because 25 would be too much. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we have 4 groups of 5 here, and that gives us 20. 22 minus 20 is 2. Now remember earlier in the video when I showed you this problem, I have 3 remainder 7 and I have 4 remainder 2. And I said I'm going to tell you why, our trick to know when you see a problem to know if it's wrong or right immediately by just checking the remainder and the divisor. And one thing I want you to remember, I want you to write this down below, okay? This is how you're going to get credit. If you don't have this, but you do have the 3 questions, you're not going to get credit. You got to have both for the assignment. So if your remainder, which is down here, is larger than your divisor, something is wrong at the end, okay? If you finish and this number, your remainder, is larger than your divisor, then that means you've done something wrong. So write that down. When my remainder is larger than my divisor, or if the remainder is larger than the divisor. something to that extent to get full credit with your other problems. So let's go through one more problem. Okay, so let's try 93 divided by 7. So I'm going to have 7 on the outside of my division symbol. I have 93 here. So again, can I fit a group or multiple groups of 7 into 9? Let's count and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's our number, right? 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This means that 2 groups, which is the number 14, is too many. So we need 1 group. 1 group will fit right there. So 1 times 7 gives us 7. 9 minus 7 is 2. And then we're going to bring down that 3, because now we're going to be looking at 23. Okay? So let's go ahead and keep counting from 14, because 14 is, we haven't hit 23 yet, so we don't know how many more groups of 7 we can add in. So we're just going to keep counting and then make note of when we hit that 23. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Not there yet, so let's keep going. 22, 23. Oh, we are here now. As you can see, we are here now, but we're not done counting, so we got to keep counting all this all the way till we're done with the 7s. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So when we got to the 4th group, we got to 23, but this 4 groups of 7 is too big. 4 groups of 7 is 28, so that's going to be too big. So we're going to go up 21, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3 groups of 7 gets us 21. 0, 2, remainder 2. So let's check. Is our remainder smaller than our divisor? It is. So that's one check. The next check that you can do is what we did yesterday, where you multiplied your answer. But today's a little different because you have a remainder there. So it's going to be slightly different, okay? So let me show you the process. You can go 13 times 7. You can use the circles if you need to. It's going to be 21. 1, carry the 2. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2. That's 91. And you might be like, hey, 91 does not equal 93. I might not be good at math, but I do know that, right? So that's where our remainder comes in. So we're going to take this number here at our remainder. We're going to add it to it. Okay? So for today's assignment, I'm only going to give you 2 math problems. But the reason why I'm only going to give you 2 division problems is because you have to check your answer today. If you do not have your answer checked, it does not count as complete. So make sure that your answer is confirmed by multiplying your quotient, which is the answer of a division problem, and your divisor, which is what we use to divide and break up this number here. Okay, so you want to multiply these 2 together and then add in your remainder. So if you didn't understand that, I want you to go back and I want you to watch this process one more time, not the whole video, but just the parts that you misunderstood. And then if you do that and it's still not making sense to you, hop into our Zoom meeting. I'm going to be busy from 9:30 to 10 today doing a small multiplication recap, small group reteaching. But after that, if you'd like to come in, the proverbial door is open and we would love to see you to help you out. So yeah, let me write your questions here that I'm going to have you do. Remember, 2 questions with the division, and you have to check your answer by multiplying your quotient, which is the answer, and your divisor, and then adding back in your remainder. So the 2 problems I'm going to have you do today is, let's see, 40 divided by 6, that's going to be number 1. And number 2 is going to be, what's a good one here? 29 divided by 3. Okay, so neither of the numbers is too big or huge. It's just to see if you can understand what we were going over these last 10 minutes. So good luck again. Make sure you have your question solved. You you check your answer by multiplying and adding back in your remainder. And yeah, make sure you also put the message at the bottom that you need to. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow.